welcome to the Narrowing Path, Walking the Spiritual Walk. My name is Steve Van Eiderstein, and welcome back for February 3rd's reading of James Allen's Daily Meditations. I'm excited to see what this one has to say, too. The first two in February have been really good. Really have been some meditations I can sink my teeth into pretty well. And it's been exciting to see how February kicked off. So I'm also just as excited to see where it continues to bring us to. So everything's been good so far, and of course this will be fresh to you and fresh to me, so you get my genuine response, reactions, and observations, and anything I relate to in the reading after I read it, and then we will go from there. So here we go. This is February 3rd of James Allen's Daily Meditations. Where you are, so is your world. All that you positively know is contained in your own experience. All that you ever will know must pass through the gateway of experience, and so become part of yourself. Your own thoughts, desires, aspirations comprise your world. And, to you, all that there is in the universe of beauty and joy and bliss, or of ugliness and sorrow and pain, is contained within yourself. By your own thoughts, you make or mar your life, your world, your universe. As you build within by the power of thought, so will your outward life and circumstances shape themselves accordingly. Whatsoever you harbor in the innermost chambers of your heart will sooner or later, by the inevitable law of reaction, shape itself in your outward life. Every soul is a complex combination of gathered experiences and thoughts, and the body is put an improvised vehicle for its manifestation. And the body is an improvised vehicle for its manifestation. Another one that really is speaking to owning your perspective, owning your ability to create what you're finding in this world, really. How it opened up was just indicative of what it was gonna cover with the where you are, so is your world. And of course that applies to the physical world you're in. You know, you're right where you are. And so what you're immediately concerned with is the world right where you're at. But where you are mentally shapes the way you view the world as well. What you're thinking, what you're bringing into your thoughts, what thoughts you're entertaining, what media you're bringing into your experience. You know, all of this creates a perspective that you're currently viewing this world with. And he goes to say, all that you positively know is contained in your own experience. Good and bad, by the way. All that you positively know, meaning know for sure, is contained from your experience. You can get a lot of knowledge from what people have told you, and you can believe in that knowledge that's given to you, but that's a little bit different from direct experience. Even if you're learning from someone else's direct experience, you believe what they're saying, but to know really comes from your own direct experiences. So, all that you ever will know must pass through the gateway of experience, so to become part of yourself. So, all the growth and all the learning really has to come through the experience of life and the experiences you have as you go walk the path that you're walking. Your own thoughts, desires, and aspiration comprise your world, and to you, all that there is in the universe of beauty, joy, and bliss, or of ugliness, sorrow, and pain is contained within yourself. So, across the spectrum, we're relying on the fact that it's been our experience that have taught us about both sides. He's talking about the beauty, the joy, and the bliss, but he's also saying where we learned of ugliness, sorrow, and pain is also contained in our experiences within ourselves. By your own thoughts, you make or mar your life, your world, your universe. So as you build within by the power of thought, so will your outward life and circumstance shape themselves accordingly. Whatsoever you harbor in the innermost chambers of your heart will, sooner or later, by the inevitable law of reaction, shape itself in your outward life. So, your experiences that you have in your life are a direct reflection of what you're thinking and what your perception is of life, right? It's he said, by your own thoughts, you make or mar your life, your world, your universe. If you want to see the world through that painful lens, the negative lens, that angering lens, that disappointing lens, the depressive lens, sad lens, all it takes is for you to entertain those thoughts, and the whole world will get a bit darker. And as you continue to entertain those negative thoughts, the world will continue to darken. It'll spread. You'll start seeing it in everything because that's the perspective that you hold. And eventually, your subconscious will start seeking out things to validate that too. That's a very real thing that happens. People create their own experiences and repeat their own experiences to validate their false beliefs or their lacking beliefs. But the thing is, luckily, it works the other way as well. The more you focus on these positive, these beautiful, these spiritual truths, the lighter your world will get, the happier your world will get, the more filled with joy and a peace your world will get. And you just have to entertain those thoughts. That doesn't mean you won't get a negative one you kind of have to breeze over. That doesn't mean that there won't be things in your life that'll occur that'll instigate some negative thoughts or make you feel a certain type of pain or make you feel sorrow or loss, right? But it's what you focus on that brings about your perspective, and therefore your perspective brings in your experience. So if you consistently take a more positive and more growing and growth, I think it's called a growth mindset in some circles, to life, it allows you to walk through it in a way that's much more positive. It allows you to walk through it in a way that lets you continue to have experiences that will validate your positive perspective as well. It gives you really the control manual for how you want your life to walk. You know, that's a powerful thing to be able to have. It's a powerful thing to be able to sit there and say, I want to see the world differently. And you can make an immediate change to start trying to, by just choosing which thoughts you're going to entertain. Sometimes it's harder to do that than others, obviously. There's different circumstances in life, but the more you practice this, the lighter you'll be. And that's been my own personal experience. And then this ends again with, every soul is a complex combination of gathered experiences and thoughts, and the body is but an improvised vehicle for its manifestation. Right there, he says it again. The body we're driving around really is just the vehicle for validating your own perspective, for living out your own perspective of life. So it's all starts in the heart and in the head and what you constantly are thinking about, where you are constantly making decisions from, whether it's a fear or a abundance mindset, or fear or love, or those details can just make such a huge impact in your life. And that's the best thing about this. You can start that now. And though you might not feel relief right now, though you might feel like it's a losing battle right now, to get started and then to practice it and put effort into it and not feel defeated because you have some bad days still and you don't think you're going as quick as you want to, because we beat ourselves up for a lot of things. You can start to make some effective, positive change in your life. And that's a blessing. So that's it. I'll wrap it up there for February 3rd. Love that reading. Anything that puts the power back into our hands is something I love to read about and something I love to consider and think about too. So just a fantastic reading again today. Looking forward to tomorrow's, and hopefully you'll continue to join me for that. So until next time, thanks.